Welcome. I am Tanika. I'm a cyclical living and mindset mentor. I work alongside women who are desiring deeper connection to their body, deeper connection to themselves, and to live in alignment with their cyclical nature so that they can be in flow, not force. I take a holistic approach using somatic healing therapies, embodiment practices, a mix of masculine and feminine energetics to create a complete balance and alignment within your body. Today, we're going to be talking about the inner seasons, and I'm going to be giving you a bit of education around how you can directly relate each season to each phase of your cycle. If you're interested in cyclical living, understanding more about your body, and just elevating your mindset overall, I invite you to subscribe to my channel below, and I upload weekly videos. Let's jump straight into it. So let's talk about our first season that we go through in our cycle, which is linked to the menstruation phase. It's our inner winter. So menstruation, of course, when we are bleeding as women, it's a time that our body is calling us inward. We're being called to rest, we're being called to rejuvenate, and we're being called to surrender. And if you think about the season winter, this is kind of what we want to do, right? We want to hibernate. We want to go within. We don't want to be seen. We want to stay in bed. We want to stay warm. This is what our body is asking for during our inner winter. And it's really important to keep that warmth within your body during this phase. So as you can see, when you relate our menstruation to winter time, it is literally the same. And I know in my journey, when I was trying to understand the phases of my cycle, relating them to the seasons made it so much more easeful because I could actually begin to realize that we are so connected to the seasons. So when we're in menstruation, of course, our body is asking us for rest. It is asking us to go within. It is asking us to release as well as we are physically releasing and energetically releasing at this time. The second season we're going to be speaking about is our inner spring. This is directly related to our follicular phase. Our follicular phase is the phase that comes directly after our bleed time when our energy levels are beginning to rise again and we're beginning to step into that rebirthed energy. We've released, we've let go in our bleed time, and now we're stepping into like a flower completely blossoming in the springtime, right? It's a time of intentions, of playful, of fun. And when you think of springtime, it is like that, right? We've got the sun's coming out more, there's more lightness, we play, we do things, we want to be seen a little bit more. That's just the energy of spring. When you think about spring, you think about wanting to socialize a little bit more. Our energy is beginning to rise, right? Like the sun's beginning to be seen more in springtime. This is really what's going on in our inner world as well. So it's a really powerful time to begin to go out, start new things, get a little bit playful, try new things that you haven't done before. Maybe you've been wanting to go on a walk in a specific place that you've never been before. Maybe you're wanting to try a new hobby. This is the time that we do this. And when you think about springtime, as I keep relating back to, this is the energy of spring. We're beginning to come out of the darkness and want to be seen in doing new things and seeing people we haven't seen. And it's really that energy within as well. Okay, the next season that we're going to be chatting about is our ovulation time, inner summer. Okay, let's think about summer. I know here in Australia, it is absolutely like it goes off, it pops off. We're at the beach, we're being seen, we're going out and socializing, going out on the weekends and seeing friends. And it's just like the time that everyone's catching up, right? It's like holiday time. Let's like see all these friends we haven't seen. Let's see all these friends. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's go on a holiday. It's very much active energy when we're doing a lot of things. We're being seen. We're out in the sun. It's just so much fun. And this is what our inner energy is calling for us when we are in our ovulation, our fertile window. So ovulation is it's the shortest period of our cycle, but in this, we're leading up to it and we're also going to be leading out of it, at the end of spring and the beginning of autumn. So it's really this like week of our cycle where we are just completely confident. You can be obnoxiously confident. That is literally what your inner energy is calling for. You can be seen, it's really that like energy of just going out there and just doing the things. This is the time when, if you're working out and you're trying to hit like a personal best, like you'll fucking get it. You'll get it. Perfect. But yeah, it's like just a time of like expression, communication, just like in summer. That's what we're doing. Well, I know that's what we're doing here in Australia anyway, but it's really that time of just being out there, being seen. We love that. And the next inner season is inner autumn, which is linked to our luteal phase. So as you can imagine, or as you know, autumn is the time when the leaves are falling from the trees. We're beginning to see the lightness go more into darkness. So we're beginning to lose time in the day. So it's really going into that darker energy. And it's really a time when we're starting to go within, the air's getting a little cooler, there's more of a breeze, right? Like just thinking about like the energy of autumn, it really is a time when we're starting to go within a little more. We might just start going on like nature walks rather than runs. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really that energy of starting to go within. And this is what our body is calling for in our luteal phase. So as you can see, it directly relates to this season where it's a completion phase. Things are beginning to fall away. Our energy is decreasing. And it's really the time when we're just beginning to let go of things so that we don't carry them into the next cycle. This is also a time of release and a time of letting go. Really, the luteal and the menstruation phase are both times of release, but yeah, it's very much powerfully linked to the autumn. I hope that this video has helped you have a basic understanding of the inner seasons and how they are linked to our menstrual cycle. It's really powerful when you begin to look at the inner seasons and directly relate them to your cycle, and it can allow you to deepen your connection with your body, with your womb, and with yourself. If you are wanting to learn more about cyclical living and how to cycle sync and form a deeper connection to yourself, you can head over and listen to my podcast, which is Sacred Space, the podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or you can join my mailing list where you will receive a weekly newsletter, no spam, and you can stay up to date with any upcoming courses or events that I have on. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll leave everything down in the show notes below. See you next week.